Welcome to Fragmental.
An amusing take on random topics. So it's the Olympic, bitch. Oh shit! I
You
didn't
had
have it
it?
up.
Yeah, come
God damn
on.
it!
Here, let's do it again.
I don't know. Hang on a second. Just you start talking. I gotta go find it. Again.
Once
Fucking
again,
A.
this is amazing radio. Yeah, man, dude, I love
exactly.
the Olympics. Like it.
So the Olympics.
There it is.
There we go.
Now it's really the Olympics.
I got sidetracked.
Yeah, dude, we love the Olympics. Like we definitely watch it, and it's one of the nice things about working from home. Like I can have it on. I usually don't have the TV on, but I'll put it on. Just put it on mute, so I'll look up and be like, "Oh, swimming's on," whatever. Yeah, I love it. Just we're huge Olympics fans.
Well, how far but Tokyo's like what, 13 or 14 or 15
Yeah,
hours
so I
ahead,
think they're like the opposite of us, right? Like as far as night and day kind of thing.
Okay.
Or close to it at least.
Oh, okay.
So I will say this.
Right.
Everything says live. I presume they just mean it was recorded live.
Because you're like, wait, how's the fucking sun out? You know what I mean?
You're talking about this is their fourth run of the day, and isn't it 8 a.m. there? Man, they go really fucking hard in the Olympics.
Exactly. Well, they got to jam. I mean, they're trying to cut the time down, so it's like a week and a half now. So they got to everything starts at like 5 a.m. when this fucking sun comes up.
But I dig it, man. It was weird, because there's Tokyo canceled all the spectators, so like the opening ceremonies were weird. Like, because there's no crowd. Like that's usually the thing. Like you're panning to the crowd's celebrating. It's the one thing I do enjoy with the opening ceremonies, or when they're like, and now representing Trinidad and Tobago, Tim. Like they have like one or two athletes. Like I think that's really cool. Like, damn, like that dude, that lady right there, or whoever is representing, X country. I think that's really cool.
An entire country. Yeah.
Like, no pressure.
It is like the U.S. and China and Russia show up, and there's like 750 people.
Oh yeah.
And then you get like somebody from Trinidad or Tobago or some like Luxembourg, and there's like 5, right? And they all specialize in like rifles. So I mean, there's like no other sport,
right? No, you're right. But that's one of the things I enjoy about it is you get to see some of those obscure things, and in that situation, they don't even give a shit if they medal. They're just like, dude, I'm here and I made it, and I'm probably gonna bang all kinds of chicks, dudes, whatever, like. I'll be in the Olympic Village, so I'm getting plenty of hole.
If I was halfway decent at anything, I mean, I'd be psyched to be in the Olympics. I think that it's kind of, I mean, it's every 4 years. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're Michael Phelps, it's just like if you leave there without 17 medals, it's like it's a disaster.
Right, but for everyone else, you're just being there. You're obviously one of the best in the world at your sport.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's. Just that alone is huge.
Well, let's go with your country, because some people get smoked, and what some of I mean, not technically the best in the world.
Right.
So
right, you're right. Like how'd you make it to the finals, dude? Because you were literally a half lap behind them in the 100. like it's the freestyle 100. That's just a down and back.
Wait. Or the track and fields, like they were crossing the line and you had just come out of the blocks. What the fuck's up with that?
I saw online somebody said like what they need to do is have one normal person run these events with them just to remind us like how shitty we are.
Yeah. How elite those people actually are. I saw something the other day about at the end of the Olympics they should randomly pick 3 sports and randomly pick 3 people from each country or whatever to run these sports. Like it could be swimming and the guy could be like a rower, or you know what I mean, just like something fucking random, and then whoever wins those wins the Olympics. Like it's like you get one giant gold for winning the Olympics if you can win in those.
That would be sweet, because what I imagine is like you pick the shot put person who's probably thicker than the others. Because at that point it's more about just brute strength and not necessarily athleticism. And like, so now you've got the the lady that clearly won, she won by like 8 feet. Nobody was near in the shot put, but now she's swimming the 100 butterfly. Like,
Yeah, but it's random, so it
Yeah.
could be anybody. Like the fucking guy that does like shooting is now got to do archery, you know, or the hurdles or some fucking thing like that. You know what I mean?
You're right. He's like, dude, I shoot a gun and I'm like, I'm really good at it. Like, how the hell do you expect me?
Exactly.
Dude, the hurdles are up to my chest.
The fucking hurdle. Seriously, the hurdle's like 4 feet
Yeah,
off the
they're well
ground.
because
I
they get the
mean,
low hurdle and high
they're
hurdle. Yeah, that's you
fuck
like you
that.
got to have some ups. Like it's
I'd
pure
run it.
athleticism. Aside from the fact that you're ridiculously fast, yeah, you got to be able to clear a 4 foot high hurdle as well. Yeah.
Oh man, that's fucked up. I'm trying to think. It's it's just fucked up. I mean, you've got like the triple jump, and which always is like comical to me. Like, who fucking came up with like the triple jump? Like, hey, let's run at fucking full speed and hop for 3, and then jump into some sand. I mean, what the fuck's up with that?
That's a good. Yeah, well, like, what made you think of three? Somebody had to be drunk and not good at something else, and
Oh
they were like, "What if?" No, listen up, bro. Listen. What if we run like this and then you hop? Right, dude. That's it. That's like 5 feet. No, man, no. And then you do this. And
you didn't let me finish.
I was
You didn't
taking a
let me
drink,
finish,
bro. Damn, just let me. It's like 1805. Like, did you let me get my fucking drink so I could talk about the Olympics?
And it's like 70 proof fucking beer back in the day. I mean, this is the classic stuff. You got like long jump, which is good. I mean, track and field's always good. I mean, I get some of the Olympic sports, like okay, the javelin, right? That's trying to, you're trying to kill somebody. Essentially, you're just trying to kill somebody from like a
Right, and
150 feet away.
eventually that's so that's probably where that started. Like, who's the best, at spearing
absolutely.
elk? And then they're like, "Man, we should really make a sport out of this because old Johnny over here just nailed it from 80 feet out."
Well, we'll take on that rival tribe from across the pond there, and see who's the better spear.
Turns out
spear
in the
thrower.
earliest Olympics, they were only in it for one time because they lost in war the following year. But yeah, it is interesting where they came up with like some of this. It was like badminton is in the Olympics. Like, how is badminton? I mean, it's fun, but I mean, and okay, I've probably been in some serious badminton games, not because it's a sweet sport, but more of like just because I played against somebody and we both hated to lose. It's like, no, man, fuck this guy. Like we're just full on diving for the shuttlecock. That's what they call the birdie, the shuttlecock.
Yes, I know. I know.
It's also why I was a fan of it.
It's kind of like tennis light.
Yeah. I guess you don't have to be near as good of an athlete as you have to be in tennis. Seriously.
Yeah, like I'm horrible at tennis. Let's just hit this dead bird around for a little bit and see how it goes over this volleyball net.
Why not? Yeah, it's a fun game, but I'm shocked when I see it. Whatever. What else? Ping pong. Like, dude, that's like a bar game, but not these folks. Like, you see them. Like, man, there's some Forrest Gumps in there. Like, remember where they're just flying back and forth. Like, it doesn't go for near as long as it did in Forrest Gump. It's usually just like, bam, like 4 or 5 times and somebody whiffs. But it's like, man, this is serious shit.
And it's the fucking ball. And the ball's like 4 feet outside of the net, like off the table, curving back into the table.
It's intense. Like, you see it. Like, I was watching it the other day and I had no idea it was this intense. Excuse me. But, yeah, so you see, like, they're playing, and then every few points they give them a break. So they walk over, get a drink of water, and they're like toweling them the sweat off their brow and everything. I'm like, man, this is like, what is this, Wimbledon?
Like, a workout.
Like, they're out there just full on, like, taking a couple minute break. Like, he's got his headphones on. It's like, man, like this dude is deep.
Hey, man, he's there to win a medal.
Defense, he's
going to prove that he's the best.
Clearly one of the best ping pong players in the world, which I typically thought that would be held at Donneric's pub and not Tokyo. But I mean, hey, I mean, you got
Donarix, dude, you're dating yourself. That's like 3 bars ago.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the one that came to mind. Dub Pub,
I
is
don't
that
know.
better?
Donarix
Right,
is a
Dub
shithole
Pub,
on
is
top
that
of it.
better?
Yeah, that's my neighbor owns
Yeah, I
that
remember
Dub Pub.
that. Is it
Yeah.
Dub Pub is where
No,
people I was
I
told
don't know.
that's where people used to go to cheat on their spouses.
Oh, there's like 30 bars around here that do that. I mean, there's the winking, or no, I want to say, the Lazy Chameleon up in
Yeah,
Powell.
you
That's
said that
supposed
a
to be like a
couple weeks
swingers
ago.
type
Yeah, I had no
club.
idea.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would think the Winking Lizard.
yeah. No ping pong table in
No,
there though.
no, what'd you say?
I would think it'd be it's actually the Lazy Chameleon, but I like the Winking Lizard though. Maybe I'll start a bar and make it a swingers bar just by
Well, there's
Winking
a
Lizard.
bar, the Winking Lizard, and that sounds like that's where you would go because I mean, I've called my member a Winking Lizard before. So, I mean, everybody's like, "I'm going to the Winking Lizard." I'm like, "Yeah, I get where you're."
You may want
going
to see a doctor about that.
No, it's a trick. It's actually watch this, you guys.
Wow, that's that, that's some control. What were we talking about? Oh, the Olympics.
Speaking
Back
of
to the
Winking
Olympics.
Lizard,
Let's stay on topic here. And that's funny coming from me. Speaking of Winking Lizard, what were you talking about earlier? The beds are made out of cardboard.
Have you seen that? They're cardboard. I mean, I'm sure it's legit bedding, but yeah. So they could only hold one person.
That's no joke.
I don't
right?
believe so because there were athletes when they got there that were showing pictures of them on the cardboard beds. Like, how do you assign?
How do you get like a fucking 300-pound wrestler on a fucking
not
cardboard
just that,
bed?
Like, these are the best athletes in the world. Isn't like rest and everything is imperative to their success. Like you're like, I know you guys need the best rest you've probably ever had for this. So sleep on this shitty cardboard bed in this this whatever 55 thread count comforter.
Is that
This is not Egyptian cotton, by the way. This is definitely
count.
not Egyptian cotton.
I don't. This is gonna sound awful, but maybe that's why Simone Biles backed out. She wasn't getting enough rest on her cardboard bed.
But it could contribute, like in all seriousness. Like, you know, if you're not getting good rest, like, you know, it is known to cause mental episodes, and I guess that's what they said. It was a mental health thing. I thought she was hurt, like when I got the first alert on my phone. But yeah, I guess it was a mental health thing. So
yeah, I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate. I was making a joke about the beds. So, Simone, if you're listening, I apologize. I'm sure she's an avid listener.
In other news, I just saw her listener count drop from 23 to 22. But no, I mean, it can be a contributor. I mean, honestly, if you're not getting good rest, I mean, think about, all joking aside, she's arguably the greatest of all time in what she does. So, I mean, think about the kind of pressure she has a move named after her. Like, oh, she's going to do the Simone Biles now. You know, like, well, man, that's how you know you're sweet.
Yeah, exactly. You got your shit together when there was a move named after you. Mine's usually called the asshole. They're going to pull a Dave on me. It's basically just being an asshole.
He's going to berate the room for no apparent reason while drinking.
And talk about himself for 30 minutes.
Glass of white Zin. Sounds like Dave.
This isn't white Zin. This is it's rum and ginger beer again. Still.
Is that the Curtin Sweeney's?
No, it's actually it's a rum called Breckenridge. It's made in Colorado. It's a spiced rum out of Colorado. Recommended by Binny's.
Okay.
If you're in Chicago, go to Binny's. No, Binny's is awesome. I remember when we lived in Chicago, I think my wife had like an account there. Like you'd walk in and they'd be like, "Hey!" And I don't think I've ever walked out of there under $500. They're good, solid prices, and they've got a selection.
Well, I know you've told me like next time you go, like let me know if I wanted anything because they've got everything. You said, right?
Yeah, no, they have everything, and if they don't have it, they're like, "What is it?" And they're like, "We don't carry that, but give me 2 weeks and I'll have it." I mean, that's them. If they don't carry it, they'll go find it.
That's pretty sweet.
And maybe they won't carry it, but they'll order it in for you. So, for those of you that listen in Chicago, or those of you who have been to Chicago, or if you ever go to Chicago, I think they have like 8 or 9 locations around the Chicagoland area. But yeah, they're like in big. It's almost like a Costco of alcohol.
I mean, sign me up.
So,
sounds like a great place to be in my book.
Anyway, yeah, it is wine, beer, and liquor.
Okay, so it's not just a liquor store; it's everything, anything that includes some kind of alcohol content.
Yeah, and they have like a smoke shop too, so you can go
nice.
and buy cigars and cigar paraphernalia like lighters and cutters and cigar boxes and
so you can smoke like an adult in that case.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah, exactly. Because smoking in general is bad for your health, but if you're smoking a cigar and alcohol, right, then you're a proper adult.
If you're smoking a cigar and you've got a cigar cutter there, I mean, now all of a sudden this is top shit.
I have all of my cigar stuff, which I haven't used in years. That's all dried up at this point, but came from Benny's. My lighter, my cutter, my little shit. What do they call that box?
No, the humidor.
Like little humidor, yeah, like a mini humidor with the temperature gauge and the thing that keep the humidity and all that kind of fun.
That is all. I mean, I'll smoke a cigar every once in a while, but I do think all that shit is cool. The humidor, like, I want to have one, even though they're like, oh, are you you're a cigar guy? Like, every other year I am, but it looks cool, right? Like,
I want one of those massive cigar ashtrays because the fucking things are like 4 feet across. They're huge. And they only hold like 2 cigars. It's like, what? But no, I have a cigar every now and again. You know what I mean? It's just, it's au naturel.
You know what? It's usually usually anytime I'm smoking a cigar, it's in a relaxing setting, just kind of chilling, bullshitting, whatever, fishing, golfing, maybe.
Yeah. Me too.
It's more of just like a laid back, like.
Oh, we should get cigars for this weekend. Does your brother smoke cigars?
Probably as often as I do. So why not?
So, because we have that tournament. We have that tournament. It's like a tournament. Yeah, we got a tournament.
I know it's not a real tournament, or you would not have invited me.
Exactly. Or me, even.
You're a good golfer, though. Like, I mean,
we got that shirt.
Okay, are you winning individual tournaments? No, but I mean, for normal guys out there golfing, you're a good golfer.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It's a charity event.
Good cause. So get to see some people we haven't seen in a long time.
Good cause. Yep. Yeah. Apparently, Chris is supposed to squeeze. Well, she's supposed to squeeze me to make me like essentially ejaculate. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting hug.
Yeah, that probably won't take.
What's much. That? Doesn't take much. It won't. It won't. But it'd be cool. That's what I'm bringing. I'm actually bringing an extra pair of underwear and shorts.
I feel like we need to pregame with some Bloody Marys just to, help you. Dave's going really hard right now.
Oh, that fucking starts early too. Holy shit! Exactly.
Hey, he's just prepping. It's fine, man.
He just took a Viagra. He just took a Viagra and 4 Bloody Marys. What?
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, what is it? It starts at 9:30. Is that the shotgun start? 9 or 9:30? Yeah, it's early.
I don't. Well, 9 or 9:30. It's early, and it's kind of funny because they must have the course for the entire day. I mean, fuck, if you start at 9:30, it's at least a 4 or 5 hour round. So now you're at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and maybe they open up afterwards. But I've never played there, but it'll be fun. I mean, either way, I got to pick up Anthony, and he's got to ride with me all the way to Newark
on the golf course. Yeah, get to see some good friends.
Yeah,
a good group. It'll be a good day. The weather's supposed to be decent.
Yeah, weather's supposed to be decent. So it sounds like when we talk on these things, like you and I just do charity events like every weekend.
These guys are like, for doing a free podcast, these guys sure do spend a lot on charity. Well, that's right. When you make $0, you need as many write-offs as you can.
Hey. Exactly. Says the Jew of the relationship.
And we are sponsoring a hole there as well.
But we are sponsoring a hole there as well. Yep. When I was debating for a minute though, because the whole sponsor was X dollars, but it was way cheaper to do a cart. So I don't know if they were in all the carts. It would have been kind of cool to have our logo and our whatever in every cart.
That would be cool.
You know what I mean? So people had to look at it all
Like, who
fucking
the hell
day.
are these guys? They're in every cart. Like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we are. God damn it.
Because that'd be
I
our
need to
luck.
listen.
Like, we'd do that and it'd only be our cart. And be like, "Man, these assholes gave us our own cart. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
Give me my money back.
Bastards.
It was fun.
Yeah. So,
all done through Venmo. So we're good for tomorrow.
Saturday.
Or
Yeah.
for Saturday.
So yeah, man. So back to the cardboard beds. So yeah, so it can be good for sleep. And
Yeah.
what I also love, like, who's the jackass who came out with that? Not even thinking like some of the best athletes in the world are not going to find a way to fuck each other standing up or anything, you know, like, because the only way you can have sex is laying down.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, can it hold somebody's leg up? Because that's all
Yeah.
you need. Is really, I just need a brace to, you know.
Right. Can she just hold her weight on the like lean on it? You know, that's all you really. I mean,
Right,
she
she
just
can
bend
just
over, lean on
bend
it.
over and put her foot up on it. Like, I can take care of the rest. Like, yeah, like, come on, like, seriously, you're like, really?
Exactly.
Kevin Durant is like 6'10". You think the only way he's going to be able to do this is on a cart, like on the bed? Come on.
And they're not even. And there's but there's like a full couch in the room too, like a normal couch in the room. Like, what?
Well, they need to be comfortable, right? Because yeah, they're not going to fuck each other anywhere else. Yeah, great call, you guys.
I mean, they still hand out a bunch of fucking. I mean, they still hand out like a shit ton of condoms too. So, I wonder if they're like the colors of the rings. Like one's black and blue and red and white and yellow. Is that the 5?
Oh, for the yeah. So does it like? Do you think when it opens, like, are you getting like the Olympics theme, or is it like the country? So like, if I'm England, you know, if I'm opening the condom, is it bam 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 bam? You know, like, oh yeah.
I don't think they're spending money on musical fucking.
I don't know,
condoms.
man. That sounds like a pretty good move to me. I'm just saying.
Oh, can you imagine like the one from like some like the Russian one or even like the Arab one? It's like it's like the sounds annoying. It just actually turns you off. You're like,
well, plus like or like Germany, like just the language is so harsh. So when you open it, is it like
yeah,
like, ooh, man, that's aggressive. We're just gonna go. You just want to do anal instead.
Exactly. Sorry,
yeah, well, we're good.
Actually, that makes you do anal. It's just so aggressive.
Right.
And then you shit on their chest.
Man.
What?
Well, I thought you were from Cleveland. Sorry.
Sorry, my bad. I thought we were talking about Cleveland. They just changed
the
their name.
Guardians. That's I guess they're supposed to be, and our Twitter friends should hopefully clue us in at some point. I guess there's like some kind of historical Cleveland significance to being called the Guardians, but I have no idea what it is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I actually started to read that article like, oh, there's historical significance, and I'm like, this is fucking boring, and I moved on to the next one. So there is some tie-in to Cleveland historically on the Guardians, but I have no fucking idea. I don't know how it is. They kept showing pictures of like what looked to be like the entrance to like Mordor of fucking of the ring of the Hobbit. So I don't know if there's somewhere in Cleveland where they got the fucking entrance to Mordor, but for my nerd friends that are listening, they get that. Everybody else is probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? Where were we going?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Guardians,
I just thought they were like different. Yeah, exactly. That's a good tie-in. Condoms are guardians of your sperm and babies.
And yeah, certain diseases and other things. Yeah, they really are guardians of the galaxy.
Other things. Yeah. There's more to that than just babies. I wonder how many people come out of the Olympics, because I mean, you're not going to be pregnant like instantly.
Yeah, you're going to find out. You
probably
walk out of there later. Like it's not like like he blew his load in me and I haven't.
How does that work,
blew
Mike?
His load in me and I haven't perioded since. Like I don't think that's how it works. But it's typically a few weeks. Um, uh, but yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd it go? Well, I got the gold, and I also got the old gonorrhea. So thank you for that, other basketball team.
Win. Yeah, win
Well, how
for
many
me.
guys did you fuck?
Right.
That's irrelevant here. Because I mean, they say like, what? I mean, I forget like the amount of condoms that are used at these is actually extremely impressive because
Oh,
it is.
it's
Yeah, I mean, I think it balances out to like 5.3 condoms per person or something like that. Like it's really impressive.
look at you with the numbers. It's like 5.35%. You know what I'm saying? What?
So even
Well, they're all
yeah,
highly
the
tuned
fencer
athletes.
who was considered a nerd, going through its fencing thing, just got 5.3 more, got 5.3 times the tail that he or she has gotten in the last year. So tail or wiener, I suppose. But
It may be the only time some of those really nerdy sports
yeah,
get tail.
because I mean, think about that, and maybe not so much this time, but yeah, again, if you're, I mean, think about that. Who doesn't want to bang an Olympic athlete? Like, I mean, it's pretty good to have on your mantelpiece
As an Olympic athlete.
but even not like even just as a spectator. I mean, it's pretty sweet if you can. You're going to be like, well, I mean, it was a bronze medalist, but I mean, seriously
yeah.
though, I just fucked a bronze medalist. You know.
Exactly. I'd have the bronze medalist like over my like mantle, like on my over my fireplace. My wife's like, "What's that's for?" Back in '88 when I was like sweet.
I would definitely. Yeah, I would definitely hang.
88. Nah, I wasn't sweet in '88. It'd be like more like '92 or '96. That's when I was really I was more sweet in '92.
So back in the Atlanta games before the bomb, I was dropping other things.
I was dropping bombs myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those weren't the only loads being dropped. You got me.
You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Yeah, I get a big kick out of it. And again, you got all these people in top shape. Why wouldn't they be? I mean, you're in amazing shape. Typically beautiful people because they're in amazing shape. Why not? You know what? They've earned it. Like you just ran your ass off. Like why not go blow off some steam now for the next week? Because
no, absolutely. I mean, and they're not ugly. I mean, they're all super attractive. I mean, I get it. I mean, your hormones are you're at your peak physical condition. Everything is running at its from a body perspective from a body perspective, everything's running at fucking high RPM anyway. So yeah, I get it. I mean, I gotta wonder how like the volleyball team, like the beach volleyball team, how often are those guys getting hit on? I mean, it's gotta be fucking crazy because they're walking around in those
the
fucking skimpy
Brazilian beach volleyball team. It may as well have been thongs they were playing in. So I mean, everybody.
I gotta go back and watch the replay.
Although I guess there's like a big push this year, like we shouldn't have to wear those outfits, and I didn't know it was mandated, so I had no idea. I just assumed they chose to wear that. I guess I don't know the rules behind that.
Well, so the Norwegian team, or a Norwegian team, I don't know if it's an Olympic team, the Norwegian team wanted to wear like bike shorts,
instead of the bikini brief or whatever.
Instead of the bikini thing, and it's literally like mandated. Now, look, I'm the first guy to be like, fucking wear the thong, man. I want to see some ass, but I get it. I mean, I get what it's not needed to do the fucking sport. I mean, the reason that they were in bikini bottoms and shit is because that's where it started on the beach. People in their fucking bathing suits. I 100% agree with that. But if now it's a sport, now it doesn't fucking matter. Now it doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to wear bike shorts,
right,
that's fine.
If it's not going to impede your
because
athleticism or the way you perform, it shouldn't friggin' matter. Like if they want to wear a tux out there,
look. An ass and biker shorts just looks as good as in a thong. So, I mean, you're still going to see how great
plenty of people at Flanagan's Dublin in cut off jean shorts that can play some fucking volleyball.
Yeah, Oh, Flanagan's. Don't go in their pool.
No, I wouldn't. There's
Um,
pretty much every fluid you could think of is floating in there.
somebody put. Yeah. Fuck, man. I gotta go take a shower just thinking about that.
Good beer though.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. It's weird that it's in the rules. Like, hey, sorry, ladies, you have to wear a fucking thong, but the guys get to wear shorts. Well, hey, it's in the rules.
Right.
I mean,
we need you to show a little bit of
I
areola.
mean-
It's a requirement. It's not, we don't make the rules. You literally made the rules. Okay, we make the rules. But you know what I mean? Like, it is fucked up.
Exactly. You're like literally the
arbiter
governing
of-
body. Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is we're six dirty
always.
white
Guaranteed.
males. So you need to
Guaranteed.
show some areola. Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why do you have like 6 of the most?
It's funny. It's funny coming from us.
I mean, but it's the truth. It's probably like 2 Americans, 2 of the most testosterone-filled Australian dudes, and 2 testosterone-filled Britons. You know what I mean? Like, just guys who are just pissing testosterone and are just aren't anywhere without a beer in their hand. Like, just pure on, as chauvinistic as you can get. Just full on smashing beer cans on their head.
I've never seen a Brit smash a beer can on their head, but I know what you're saying. Australians, yes. Americans, yes. Brits,
Right. Okay.
probably
So
no. But
they have their pinky in the air, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, the point is, just
exactly,
definitely, just
absolutely, yeah.
pure on. Yeah, it shouldn't be. I don't give a shit what they. I mean, yes, this is a benefit of watching the Olympics, but it really shouldn't be mandated. Let them do whatever. I mean, maybe this just isn't my thing, but I'm not critiquing any outfits. Like, oh, did you see the wrestling singlet? Oh my god, like, no, I don't give a shit. Let them wear whatever. Like, as long as they can be in their peak,
exactly.
It's the Olympics. As long as they can be in peak athletic form, I could give a damn.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. I really do. It's like, let them wear whatever they want to wear. I mean, it's not going to restrict them from doing anything. You're really clinging on to something that happened. Fuck, how long's beach volleyball been in beach volleyball? Holy shit.
That White Zin's really good.
Rum is really kicking in now. Beach volleyball. I just fucking said that.
I just feel like, would that be in India?
Wow.
Fucking beach volleyball.
Beach. Oh, wow. I got to call my father-in-law. He gets so mad at me because I make fun of his he goes, and I love the guy, but he goes out of his way to make sure
it's not the
pronounces
we.
the W.
Yeah, like he doesn't
correctly.
say the
Like
we
W.
sound. It's the
It's not the V. Yeah, the V sound. Anyway, it goes back to like when beach volleyball was like in its infancy.
That's what I was gonna say. What was it? Probably the 90s, right?
Yeah. Again, they were
maybe
on the beach.
late 80s, maybe.
Yeah, probably the 90s, and they wore bathing suits to play beach volleyball.
Shocker!
So
here. You're on the beach. What?
Yeah. What? So I mean, I hear Pink is gonna pay their fine, the Norwegian fine, which is funny because Pink's got a fucking ass ton of money, and she looks fantastic.
She's phenomenal.
Pink's got Pink is
Was
she was a gymnast.
I mean, my wife's a huge Pink fan, as am I, but for other things. But yeah, I mean,
because of her voice.
Well, I was just
big
Pink
Pink
in
fan because of
general.
her
I'm a
voice,
big
right?
fan.
She's got an amazing voice.
But no, I mean, she's an amazing performer. And my wife, she'll watch all that stuff, and yeah, she's doing like all the silks and flipping around and stuff. Maybe she was a gymnast. Good.
No, I'm pretty sure she was. She's got that gymnast body.
Good
with
for Carey Hart. Good for him.
Carey Hart. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a motorcycle guy or something, isn't he? Something like that.
But yeah, so I mean, it's yeah, I guess she could be, but yeah, I think it's really cool that she's paying that, like, just because, like, she really appreciates that they stood up for it, which is awesome. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And what's the fine? Like, you're getting fined for not wearing a thong.
Right?
Like, are you fucking kidding
yeah,
me? I mean,
exactly. Like, you know what if some of us didn't trim, okay? Like we just want to wear whatever shorts and they're like, "No." You know, fucking Frenchie over there. Fucking no.
you got like a fucking forest coming around the front side. You know what I mean? So,
but yeah, man.
my guess is Brazilians beach volleyball. It's like part of the rules must be you must wear a thong and you have to get a Brazilian.
Probably. And actually, I think they are the best in the world at it as well. Well, because they're more aerodynamic. You know, there's definitely nothing there to, you know, just.
Yeah, the wind just flows through between their legs.
Why couldn't they just jump higher? I don't know. No resistance? I don't fucking know. Do you have
shit out of me? Meanwhile, they're in a fucking wind tunnel.
Why does the wind whistle when she jumps? Weird. Do you have a favorite sport in the Olympics?
Yikes. Well, I'm like, I grew up in upstate New York, so I'm a bigger winter Olympics guy than I am a summer Olympics guy. But, I mean, I used to way back in the fuck, this is a long time ago, back in high school. I used to race bicycles, so I was like cycling. So I'm like a Tour de France guy. So I think probably cycling would be my bigger sport. The golf's in there now, so maybe golf. I mean, track and field in general, just watching those guys run,
just their
it's
athleticism,
just amazing how fast they are.
Incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the other sports like basketball, like I can watch it any. You know what? I think I enjoy watching the sports that I can't watch all year, or like in general. Like there are sports that I don't like. Gymnastics, I'll watch gymnastics, and I'll watch swimming because I don't. Those aren't on every weekend. Like basketball's on fucking 8 nights a week. And golf's on every weekend. You know what I mean? So those sports you kind of see every day, which is weird that they're in the Olympics as well too. But it's really the sports that I don't get to see every day.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
All the time. Gymnastics is funny to me because they're just amazing how they can move their bodies. I mean, what cracks me up, even in women's and men's, regardless, that they're like the guys in men's gymnastics
they are
just
jacked,
fucking ripped, and it's all just based on body weight. Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not like they're hitting the fucking weights either. I mean, maybe they are now, but for the most part, that's just them.
Yeah.
In their own body weight, like balancing the rings to me is amazing where the guy just holds himself straight out.
Vince Vaughn from old school, but like the legit
the
athletic version of that. Yeah.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Not smoking a cigarette.
Holding.
So I mean, it's the sports that I don't get to see all the time. I mean, some of it's kind of dumb. Rowing is cool. But I saw something the other day, speaking of track and field, that it's 15 out of the 20 or 15 out of 20 of the top like records in track and field. 4 of them are or 5 of them are dope. They had some type of doping issue or drug issue or whatever. Did you see this? And the other 15 that are not like that have no incident of drug or anything are all held by Usain Bolt. Like all of the top 15 records of for somebody that doesn't have some type of doping issue or drug issue or anything like that are all held by Usain Bolt. I mean, it's crazy. Now he's doing Peloton ads.
Actually, when he first started, I thought he was a pompous ass when he first started, and then he actually backed it up.
No, go ahead.
And then I shifted pretty quickly. Like, no, he's pretty friggin' amazing. And he actually does, like, aside from like how boastful he is during the races, like he's actually really cool. Like he does a lot of stuff for kids. Like he's actually a really good human being. So yeah, he's allowed to have all those records. I've seen some
like behind the scenes where he's like, where he's like shaking the guy's hand and he gives stuff to like the like bring those kids in to help with, do whatever they need to do. And he's like making jokes with them and laughing and stuff. Yeah. He's a He's a really nice. It seems like he's a really nice guy, and he's just cocky when he gets on the track,
You're
and
right.
he has a right to. I mean, I'm pretty
That's what
fucking
I'm saying.
cocky, and
Like,
I've got nothing
I
to
would
back it
do
up.
that, and
So,
I would be like
um,
still on my 25-yard mark as he's finishing the 100. So,
exactly. You're like, oh, we go now? Is that what the gun means?
but
Oh, my bad.
no,
What's your favorite sport? I
no,
just rambled on like a
I
bunch.
love watching all the Olympics, whether it's winter, summer. I love all the sports. I'll watch any of them. I really do enjoy, like you said, I think just the gymnastics, the track, swimming. I mean, just because how athletic they are and how great they are at their craft is just incredible. So I really do enjoy those. And then some of the obscure sports, I guess, in the summer. Um, Wrestling's pretty cool. I had a lot of friends that wrestled in high school. Um, so I
Mhm.
like seeing some of those things. Like, just again, it's just one on one, just going for it. I think it's pretty sweet. Um, yeah, and then just some of the decathlon and some of that. Like, obviously, I'm not going to sit and watch an entire race, but just to know, like, somebody ran 40 miles, biked 30, swam 25. Like, man, like that's incredible.
Yeah, fuck that. Why?
Right. As meanwhile, I'm like, I don't even like driving that many miles. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. Exactly. Jesus, can I get a fucking cab? I mean, what the fuck?
But yeah, I don't think there's anything that I'm not willing to watch in the Olympics. I just think it's cool. I'm all for the people like representing their countries, just seeing the people that are great at what they do. I think it's cool, and I even dig watching the people stand up and seeing the people get emotional. When they're playing their anthem for their country, and seeing people get emotional. Like, man, like just think about it, how hard they've worked. Like, especially like the gymnasts and some of these people. Like, they've been doing this since they were 3 years old.
Yeah, I mean they've put their entire
Yeah,
lives into this. You know what I mean? So when they get up there and they get a silver or they get a gold or even a fucking bronze, they're standing on that podium. It's got to be like an emotional release. Like, holy fuck, I've spent my entire life and I did it. I did what maybe everybody's shooting for gold. I get it. Not everybody can get it. Um, there's only three spots on that podium, and not everybody can get it, even though everybody worked just as
right.
hard as they possibly could. So
Even being like you
I get
said,
the
even
emotional
getting the
piece of it.
bronze. Like, I know sometimes we shit on those kinds of things, but you took third out of for like 32 people came to the Olympics for that. And you also, won, your
Mhm.
whatever your country's trials, whatever. Like, you have a whole lot to be proud of. Absolutely. Yeah, it's awesome. I
Right.
dig it, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's still bullshit, but whatever. Hey,
Right.
if you're training that fucking hard, you should
Second
have won
place is the
gold.
first loser.
That's what I
Is
tell
what
them.
I've always heard.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking
But no, I
losers.
dig it, man. It's
As I sit here drinking a fucking fatty drink and having a
right.
cheeseburger later.
Gonna
And
eat a whole pizza here in a few minutes.
that's what I love with like exactly. I bet you couldn't eat a whole fucking pizza, and the dude's like, I could eat a whole fucking pizza and still run the quarter mile faster than you fat fuck. Um, that's what I love about like just that people in general watching the Olympics. Like, that's bullshit. They should have won that. And like, dude, you weigh 300 fucking pounds. You take an Uber to the end of the street.
Right.
I mean, give me a
You
fucking break.
Ubered to the McDonald's that's a quarter mile from your house. At least I didn't DoorDash it.
You ordered fucking Uber Eats. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man. No, I dig it, man. I love the Olympics.
Exactly.
I do. I just like seeing the best out of the best. You see the sportsmanship and stuff. I dig it, man. And then not just that, a lot of these people, like, I mean, you win the gold in America. I mean, you're set financially. You are hooked up because, like, we talked about the name, image, and likeness. I mean, dude, like, think about that. Just because you were decent at football at Ohio
Mhm.
State, you're getting paid. You just won a freaking gold medal. Like, anybody would love to have you speak. I mean, you're going to
Right.
get speaking engagements at corporate events, bars, anything you can think of for at least a little while.
Bars. You go from speaking at like Deloitte and Touche.
Deloitte and Touche, yeah.
Deloitte, is it Deloitte and Touche?
Yeah.
Is it, yeah, Deloitte and Touche, to speaking at like fucking
Right.
Donnerix.
Didn't, like, not that people, I mean, not to call this a fall from grace. Didn't you deliver the keynote at Princeton last year? And now you're doing the foam party at Donnerix? Like, hey, man, you got to pay the bills, bro.
Yeah, that's designed for like the Kardashians, not like a Michael Phelps-esque well, Phelps, you got to take Phelps out of the loop, not like a gold medal winner.
No,
like, he's not going to do the foam bath at fucking Donnerix.
No, if
that's
going
to be like Kourtney Kardashian.
Phelps is doing a hookah bar somewhere, but
Phelps is doing like play-by-play now,
mean,
isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's
getting some NBC money.
I mean, dude's only the most decorated swimmer of all time. So, and he's still young.
Yeah, I think he's the most decorated Olympian
right.
of all time.
Yeah,
not just swimming.
Didn't he shattered Carl Lewis's record or something like that? If I remember correctly, I probably aren't remembering that properly, but
yeah. There's a picture of him with like 48 fucking medals hanging off of him, right? He's got his arms out. And he's got
most decorated Olympian of all time. He's going to do okay.
Which is... exactly. Shit, he's doing those fucking ads for like...
yeah, well, he was one of the first
right?
Olympians to actually come out and talk about mental health, which is... It's cool. Like, the fact, because... when we were younger, it was more like, fuck your mental health. Rub some dirt on it. Like, okay. But yeah, so I mean,
all right. Can you rub some dirt on that tissue while I blow my nose?
No, I respect that about him. I mean, I don't want to diminish, mental health or anything, but I mean, the stuff that they encounter, like compared to what most people do, I mean, think about that. A lot of people have a hard time just, such and such didn't wave at me, and they're pissed off about it, or, I didn't get a trophy for this. Like, they have the weight of the world, everybody, if Michael Phelps won bronze, everybody's like, fucking, this guy, he's way past his prime. Jesus, he's just third best in the world at it. But yeah, Go ahead and rip him down a little more.
And they don't have to deal with like the medical guy or the gymnast guy from Ohio State to deal with too.
Well, the gymnast did, right? I mean, not the Ohio State guy, but the other guy. So because like he was at the Olympics.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
they had to deal with that shit. I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah,
man, that got dark. I mean,
they got fucking dark in a hurry. It's only 8:42. Sun's still out,
and he brought it back.
And he brought it back. We go from molestation to the weather,
because it's just a fucked up situation in general. That they had to endure that.
Yeah, but I mean that the point of that really dark, fucked up thing that I went to because I'm hammered. Is the whole
think about that. I think that even speaks to how much more, I guess, mentally tough they were. Like, they had to go through all that shit with that guy, and they still are winning gold medals.
Yeah,
like in addition to like I think you and I are the same way. Like, I put a lot of pressure on myself for any situation. So like if I'm giving a presentation, it's like, everybody's like, you did a great job, and I'm like, I fucking stuttered when I said this one time. And I'm like, this is off.
Exactly. But I also didn't have a guy fondling my balls as I was practicing to do the fucking presentation.
So, not good. So yeah, their mental toughness off the church.
You can't even respond to that. You can't even respond to the ball fondling before the presentation. Exactly.
I mean, if it wasn't a 65-year-old man and maybe a hot
lady,
I'd probably feel a lot better about that. But yeah, man, it's
my mood would pick up.
Right? How would you feel if your trainer was doing this?
Student.
She was gorgeous, so I would have high-fived. But yeah, it's all relative, I suppose. But yeah, fucking awful, man. But in the men's we're supposed to be the.
It's all relative. No, it's not.
Well, it's back to the when you see the teacher thing, it's awful. But then when you see she was smoking hot, and you're like, act like everybody wasn't high fiving that kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's still
Yeah,
an awful
exactly.
situation, but we were all there, and we all thought about it when we were in high school. Like, man, why aren't any of my teachers hot like we see on the news?
Exactly. Have you seen that meme where it's like teachers today, and it's like this 25-year-old hot smoking chick? He goes, "Teachers back in my day," and it's a picture of Sylvester Stallone.
I haven't, but that's awesome and a great description.
Right.
But the men's basketball team's already lost. Like, you remember, and the Dream Team in '92. Yeah,
The fucking to
it's
France.
not good. Apparently, they're enjoying those. Kevin Durant's on
Who's
there.
on the basketball team?
Damian Lillard. No, LeBron's not. Honestly, I think LeBron would have been a huge difference if he was. Like, I know there's plenty of people that don't like LeBron, but he's also a team player, like on the court. Like, I think right now that's their problem is you just have a bunch of guys off the court as well, I suppose. I mean, he's a good dude. He does a lot for charity, so I'm not going to rip on LeBron, man. He's a pretty good guy. But although I've heard Space Jam was not good, but I mean, whatever. But then again, my son wants to see it. He's going to see it. Like, I'm going to take him to see it. But yeah, I mean, LeBron, I think
you're gonna walk out and wasn't that great? And then you're gonna in your mind you make this fucking was awful.
Yeah, you know what? You're right though. As a parent, when your kids like it that much, that's not the moment where you're just like, well, son, it was actually shit, and here's a 5-point presentation on why. I was actually writing it during it because this is fucking awful. But yeah,
I'll show you. I'll show you the original one, Michael Jordan,
and
you can make your own decision.
Which is why he wants to see this one so bad. So I'm like, yeah, it's
oh, okay,
I'll do
there you go,
for the kids. But yeah, I think if LeBron was good,
it'd be great. It'd be great if your kid walked out of it and was just like, "That was bullshit. That was
slapping him
blue
5 like that."
Compared
MJ
to the other
is the greatest, buddy. That is right. But no, I think like a guy like LeBron would have made a difference. That's what I think. They got a bunch of individual guys out there, and yeah, I mean, as individuals, they're incredible, but as a team, they're awful. So if you had a guy like LeBron who can be unselfish on the court, who's also, gives his body, plays defense, can rebound and all that, he's not just shooting threes and figures like, as long as I hit, 3 out of 10, I'm fucking sweet. Like he actually, is diving and everything else. So yeah, man, it bums me. Now that's a situation where I'm not going to just give them credit, for being there. Like, no, we're supposed to be the best country in the world of basketball. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, the women's soccer team lost that first round, and they were supposed to be. I mean, they were like guaranteed gold, and then they fucking got their shit together and smoked the Netherlands or something like 6-1.
But they've won before that, like 44 straight matches. So I mean, yeah, they were as dominant as it gets.
Yeah,
and they lost, and then beating the Netherlands, which I always enjoy watching the Netherlands do any sport, women's sports. Field. You ever seen the Netherlands field hockey?
It doesn't matter either sport; they're all.
You remember that?
Everyone.
Like a couple Olympics ago, like they all went viral because like the Netherlands field hockey team was smoking hot. Like even the one that the rest of them are probably like,
wow,
she's like a 6. Everybody else in the world is like, Jesus Christ, like, how'd you like to play against that?
She's a 6 in the Netherlands, a 15 in the rest of the world.
They do pretty well. So I'd watch them. Yeah, do just about anything. Funny.
Bat a ball around
with
their wooden sticks.
See bat around, but I mean, whatever.
My stick and balls, I'd rather have them bat around, if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
So
we're
anyway. All right, man. I think we got the Olympics covered. We're coming up on an hour here, so
All right. Well, it's good to be back.
um,
Yeah, a good
I'm
outing.
excited for this weekend.
Good cause. See if we gain any listeners from the from the sponsorship there. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good day.
Sure.
All right. As always, you can find us on
right.
all
It's good to
major
be back,
platforms.
as you said earlier.
Follow us on Twitter and the Gram. What are we up to now, Dave? On the Gram.
You know what? We might be shutting the Gram down. It's just kind of lingering there. So, we'll see. You're doing a better job with the Twitter.
I don't know
than
that
I
I'd say I'm doing a
with the
good job of
Gram,
that.
So,
but
yeah, dude, you got like 200 plus followers on the. You're working. I mean, you're solid. I got like 8. So. I also started later than you. I'm going to come up with 1,000 excuses why.
Yeah, so. My thing is 200 followers means nothing if the whole reason is for them to listen to the podcast. So.
Exactly. You have 200 followers. We have 6. 200 followers on Twitter. We have 6 on the actual podcast. So,
all right. Well, always a pleasure.
So, anyway,
thanks, Dave.
Always a pleasure, Mike. All right, take care. Thanks, Mike.